Uh, what's going on, guys? Welcome.
Hey, what's
Welcome.
going on?
What's going on? I'm a fix your thingy real quick. There you go. I put some respect on your name right there. There you go. There you go. All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. I hope you guys are enjoying the family reunion event we have right here. Hold on, I got to do my Shannon Sharp impersonation. Okay. So we got right here. Uh, best-selling author, the author of Self Love, A Cup of Family Tea, Somebody Always Loves You, Self Love Now that just dropped, author and poet, Mahogany Clark. Now, did I miss anything, Miss Mahogany Clark?
No.
All right, how you doing today? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. So you four deep. You four deep now. How does that feel?
Oh, well, I do have five, but it's like a marketing book. More of a like marketing, like what I did to market my books. So it's my fifth one. But
So it's
it does feel good.
educational. Then tell me about that one.
Huh? Oh, about the oh yeah, it's called Four Ways to Market Your Book Product and Service. And I actually wrote that one like maybe 2 years ago, but I could never get it uploaded as like a hardback. It was like it only let me do it as an ebook. I was trying to get it as a hardback too, but it just didn't work. And for some reason, when I was doing if for some reason, like right before I decided to write my fifth book, it finally like went through. Like Ingram had emailed me and it was saying that it was approved, and it was able to I was able to basically print it as a hardback. But I don't know what took so long, but it just didn't do it right away. So
That's dope. That's dope. You got a lot of amazing projects under your belt already. My hats off to you. So let's go to the beginning. What got you started into writing?
that was I started really. I was writing things or like little like quotes or little poetry type things that I would write, just kind of write down my feelings, stuff like that. I did that before I joined like the military. It was a way to express myself. And then once I got in the military, I had been in, I think, over a little over a year. And I was pretty much just kind of purpose searching. I had left home and been home but even leaving home wasn't really an issue for me. I was never like homesick or something like that. It was just
Right.
like, you get out in the world and now you're like, okay, what's next? So purpose searching. And I noticed that in my hard times, I've always reverted to writing. So I just decided to put it into a book, make it more solid, more something that's my own. And then that way I can also share with the world, like my words, my thoughts, feelings, stuff like that. So that's really how that came about.
So I guess it's safe to say that the pen has pretty much been your best friend most of your life.
Yeah.
So self love versus self love now. What tell people what's the difference between the two books and why self love now after self love so many years ago.
Right. So the first book, Self Love, was my very first one. That was the first one. That's when I was actually doing like more of a poetry type form, free form writing type of book. That's what I'd actually call it, more of like that, because it could be looked at like free writing or it could be looked at as poetry. It just depends on the person, how they read, how they see stuff. So that one, it was more like it was just something I was dealing with at the time, and I was trying to basically make sense of all the reasons why I might have been feeling um, a certain way, or why what I was struggling with like the most, as far as like emotionally or mentally, stuff like that. Like what was really getting to me, or what was I not doing to basically better myself as a person. And that's where self-love came from, because I took like a lot of poems that I had already written, and then I kind of like put them together pretty much, and then I put it into a book. So it's like I added something to it too, but it had already been some of them that I had already written. So I just kind of like dug from my past, dug from the current, and then I put them together because it was something that I was dealing with and something that I didn't really learn until I got on my own. So that's how self-love came about. And self-love now, after so many years, like the revamped version of it is actually the version that I wanted self-love to be. Like I wanted self-love to be like that cover. I wanted it to actually look like that in particular, but not to like say the last one, that I did, the first one that I didn't completely like, I wasn't like, I did have a choice. I was like, okay, I do like this cover, stuff like that, but I did want it to look more human-like and less like cartoony. The first one kind of came out more just different than a little bit different than what I was looking for. But I was just so excited at the time, and it was my first book. So I was like, okay, I'm just kind of ready to release it, stuff like that. So, you're just in too much of a rush. But this one, the self-love now is actually like a quote book. So instead of it being a bunch of like, not a bunch, but like, more of a free form written or like a poetry written type, it's more quotes or relatable lines that people can relate to. And, it don't take much to read, and you can just read one a day, and it's very relatable. I started off from the worst. So I actually also did get my pass for that one. Started off from the worst of my journey and then to the best of it. And it's just like, it's just basically me saying like, what does self-love mean to me now? And how has that changed from 19 to 25 pretty much. So.
But I think it's safe to say that the first self-love is still like your baby, because that's the first one. The first one. But it must be amazing to like see the growth between the two works. That's amazing. But speaking of getting to know you, cup of family tea. You and Dave, you ain't noticed I've done some research on you. So that caused a little bit of a stir. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that one did cause a little bit of a stir because that was more so about my family and my life before I joined the military. I will say, now that I'm looking back on it, I mean, I can see why it caused the stir, because even if a lot of what I said was true, even if that is the case, it wasn't necessarily my place, I suppose, to just say that, because it's not necessarily, I was in this situation, you know what I mean? But I was just trying to basically use the situation to show why I was going through what I was going through in my home. You know what I mean? That's what it was. That's what it was for. It wasn't to like down my family, but it was just simply me telling like the truth. Like it was, I grew up pretty dysfunctional for some years. So it was like, I mean, they didn't like that word either, but it was like, I wasn't trying to paint a picture that wasn't there, but it did come off that way. But really, I was just trying to explain, the domino effect of how trauma can be passed on pretty much. So.
Right. I think I don't think it was that bad. It wasn't like, hey, niece, why you write that?
Yeah.
I treated you good when you was little. But
it was way worse than that. Yeah, I got cussed out pretty bad.
God.
Which it was pretty. I mean, some of them were like that, but my dad, no, he was not. He was very unhappy about it.
Okay. But the good thing is, like, you created a space and told a story that other people who may have felt the same things that you felt or went through the same things that you went through, they can relate to. There's a lot of people that don't have an avenue where they can realize that it's not just you, because there are moments where it can feel like it's just happening to me.
Right.
So, despite what may have occurred after it, I would say that it was a good thing that it's happened. It's a good thing that
it needs to be said. That's what I feel. Sometimes family likes to run away from things that needs to be said, because we're not going to be here forever. And, you just sweep a lot of things under the rug and you still have it in the back of your mind, but, you still smiling in that family member face. You know what I mean? But you never really address the issue. So it's not genuine. It's like, So
Right.
it's good to talk about those things. That's what I think. So.
Right. You got to be stepping with like a different type of vigor after that. So,
Right. Like,
what led to Somebody Always Loves You?
oh yeah, that was my children's book. That was probably the only book. Well, that was one of the two books that I wrote that I was actually really happy writing. I was not in any type of pain. It was just like, it was just another. And also, I mean, it stemmed from childhood as well. It's just to basically let children know that they're always loved no matter what they do. So they will know that, because I did have moments as a kid where I felt like maybe I wasn't loved. I was looking around for my same thing, like for like purpose, or like, why am I here? Like, if I'm just gonna be going through this type of stuff, what's the purpose of this? That type of thing. And I'm like, I'm thinking of this as a child, so I know I couldn't be the only child thinking of that. So I've always kind of just been pretty ahead, but I've always thought deeply about life, even when I was very young. So the book just let kids know they're not alone. Like, if they don't have their family, they got friends. Like, somebody always loves them. Their teachers, somebody cares about you, even when you think nobody cares, or the people that you want to care the most don't care about you. Like,
So it's safe to say you don't have a box. Like, it's pretty much whatever you feel you need to put out there into the universe is what you're gonna write.
What? Yeah. Well, you said it's pretty much. You said what? What did you say one more time?
So it's pretty much like you don't, like, there's not a box that holds you. Like, whatever you feel like you want to write into the universe, you'll put it out there.
Yeah. Well, I will say I was probably a little bit more timid about what I wrote in the past. Believe it or not, even though I did write some stuff that was pretty personal. With my latest book, I got really, really personal. I even put some stuff in there that I wouldn't put in my other books in the beginning, because I felt like it was too much. But
So is there going to be more children's books, or is that just, if it comes, it comes sort of a situation?
Yeah, it's more. I would like to do another one. I'm actually thinking, if I did do another one, I have thought about it. It'll be if I had a kid of my own. I'd probably write a book for that one. For that, like, basically explaining my, every parent feeling of, or most parents, I'm not gonna say every parent, but most parents feeling that they have when they have a child, and how much the child changes them, what the child does for them, just emotionally. So that's probably when I would do another one. That's probably when I would do another one.
So, like I said, done a little research. It appears you're a businesswoman. You own your business. Is that true or false?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. How's that going? And tell a little bit about the difficulties that you may have ran into trying to make this happen, and maybe something that you could tell someone who is young like yourself that is aspiring to have their own business.
Yeah. You talk. I didn't know he's gonna break that up, but
I've done my research.
Yeah. So I did. This was in the middle of me. I think I had just finished my second book, maybe, or so. I think it was the second one, yeah. And then I was trying to branch off into, something more wealth material, not material, but more generational wealth type of vibe.
There you go.
But so I decided to do a trucking company. Now, I was very young at the time, 21, and I had never driven a truck before. So I'm kind of new to everything. I'm going based off, what I'm hearing about it. I'm on YouTube, searching it up, just how to get an LLC and stuff like that. Literally everything I wanted to know, I found on the internet for the most part. There were other people around me too that had trucks as well, stuff like that. And they were also in the military. So, I felt pretty inspired, but I did have a lot of issues that I ran into with it. A lot of issues, like just from the beginning because I didn't have a CDL, it was hard for me to even get the bobtail insurance on it. It's just insurance that you get when the truck's not hooked up to a trailer. And they gave me a hard time about it because I didn't have CDL, and then I finally was able to get it. I was able to get it, because I found someone that actually lived here that had a CDL that, I mean, he just was willing to help. Like literally, I mean, I didn't know him like for a long time, but because he was a veteran and I'm a veteran, he just was willing to, extend help. And he saw that, he saw what I was trying to do. So he extended the helping hand. And I was able to put him on my insurance, and that's how I was able to get it. So I made it over that hurdle. But then, I get the truck, and, it was an older truck. So, with older trucks, older vehicles, there's stuff that could be wrong with it. And you find out later on, it had some maintenance issues. So I had to get over those hurdles and dealing with drivers come and go. Humans very, very, very something to deal with when you're dealing with business. So that was a hassle. Leasing under another fleet, because it's just easier to lease under someone else's authority instead of having, like, especially when you're starting out, because it costs stuff like that. So I had issues with that. I think I went through about 3 of them before I finally found one that stuck, and I was able to technically like sell the truck off pretty much over time. But it did, it really didn't start to work until I actually decided to like sell the truck off. Like that's when magically like the truck just like it was making deliveries and like no more maintenance issues. But it was like when I was holding on to it, it was just like so much problems I was running into. So I was like, maybe this isn't something I'm supposed to be doing necessarily. Like maybe I am supposed to be doing something of this nature, but maybe it's just not this particularly. So I say somebody who's starting a business, I would say, well, don't be afraid to start it. If you feel like you want to do it, even if you might fail, you never know, because nobody really wins without trying. You don't win without trying. You don't win without failing. People have taken in life, so it's okay to lose and try and trial and error, see what works, see what doesn't work. But I will also say, make sure you're a bit more ready. I would say, if you can be, you're never always ready for everything that's gonna happen, but as you can be, find a mentor, find somebody that can walk you through it if you really can, honestly, because I was doing a lot of that stuff by myself, but and I just kind of found help along the way. It was kind of like that, but I didn't have somebody walking me through it. But it's like, if you do have that, I say find that. That just makes it a lot easier. So makes it a lot easier. That's what I would think.
So how much would you say the military has shaped who you are today?
That's a good question. I never got it.
Because that was before the first self-love, right?
Yeah. The military did come before my first book, yeah. So I had been in like a year, yeah. But I would say the military would let you know what kind of person you are, as far as if you're the type of person that wants to do things in a more on your own type. Like it'll let you know, like, okay, am I the type of person that runs my own business and call my own shots, or do what I want to do in life and be more free, like when it comes to finances and stuff like that? Or am I the kind of person that's okay with, dealing with people and working my way through the chains of, proving myself to a particular group of people over time, So it lets you know right away what type of person you are. I already knew what type of person I was before I joined. I never planned to stay in. So truthfully, I had already known I was never going to stay in before I even signed my contract. So to me, I had already had that plan. But, some people, they join in, and that's because they don't really know what they want to do in life. But me, I already knew I wanted to join, so they paid for school. And I basically get the step up in life that I was looking for, which is what I did get. So when I went in for it is what I got. But it did help me get that stuff up in life. So I'd say it did play a big part in that. And then the relationships that I ended up making in the military, the friendships that I ended up having is very cherishable. I won't forget that either. So it does play a large part. I mean, even if you know who you are for the most part, or you have a good sense like who I am and things like that, it does help you learn who you are, and it also helps you learn other people and basically what type of person you are in life. Like it'll make you figure that out pretty quickly.
Taking you out of your element real quick. So besides the interview, besides being an author, besides being a businesswoman, a poet, while you're just being Mahogany Clark, what does Mahogany Clark like to do for fun?
Work out, and I do like to spend time with people that I really care about. I've always said that. That's always been my thing. I do like to travel or try different foods. Everybody like food, so I like to try
There you
different
go.
foods. Um, Traveling, working out, definitely spending time with people I care about. That's probably That's probably that's probably more special to me than traveling. Just stuff like that, because those are moments that you just don't forget, and you always get that memory. Like I've shared that moment with that person, so I always cherish like stuff like that. That's what I like to do, basically, like on my free time, pretty much.
You have a preferred mode of travel? Like, will you fly? Or you like road trips better? Trains?
Okay, well, you know what? I actually taken the train before. It actually wasn't bad. I had leg room and I didn't have to drive. It just took a while. It was a long,
Yeah.
long, long ride.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be fun, more fun with somebody that you're with. I feel like it's cool then. I'm not too much of a road type of person. I found that out too, because I did actually end up getting my CDLs eventually, which is funny after I ended up selling my truck and stuff. But I did on the way
Mhm.
out, and I did try to drive, and yeah, I did. I did. I do not like. I'm gonna fly. So even when I go home to visit, I always fly. I just couldn't. I did that
You'd
one.
rather fly.
Rather fly. I did that 10-hour drive, and I was like, bro, like I was like, "Ah, this not for me."
I think I would immediately die when the plane takes off. I feel like God would give me wings if I was meant to be off the ground. And it's sad because I know within the line of work and the things that I like to do, eventually I have to. Like sooner or
Right.
later I'm gonna have to. But I dread that day. I swear.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you do be worried about. This is my last time. But you feel like that in the car too. You never know. Like somebody hit you today, like T-bone you, and that's it. Like it's
Yeah,
just
it could be
yeah.
equally as horrible, but I don't know. It's something about me feeling like I have a little bit of control over that. At least I can swerve something. Like I just want a
Yeah.
little control over my destiny. If it's got to happen, I want to have just a bit of.
Right. I got
Oh,
you. Just a little bit. Right. I feel that. That makes sense.
from Mahogany, for the people who want to support you, who want to check you out, tell them where to find you on social media and where they can get your books. Most importantly,
Oh yes. So on social media, my Instagram and my Twitter is Mahogany Writes with a Z. So MAHOGANYWRITEZ. That's both Instagram and Twitter. And my Facebook is Mahogany Clark. Like MAHOGANYCLARK. I should actually also do have a Facebook page. It should be Mahogany Writes too, or Mahogany Clark. Like if you search up my name, both of them should pop up. My personal and my actual like writing Facebook page. And my books are all available on Amazon, like every last one of them. So you can find them all on Amazon. And also, even if you go to my socials, you find the links in the bios. I put them in the bio so that you can go ahead and click. And find it if you want to find it that way. Also, my YouTube too. I forgot about that. That's also Mahogany Clark as well. And my TikTok. My TikTok is Mahogany Writes
don't
as
forget
well.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Can't forget TikTok. Thank you, Mahogany, for coming through and spending a little bit of time with us. the family reunion isn't just like a name that we have. Like you're, as far as I'm concerned, always going to be family with us. Whatever you need, you can always contact me. My brother Dwayne, who's a filmmaker, sends his regards. He was supposed to be here with us today, but he had prior engagements, so he couldn't be. But he does send much love, and he does send the same sentiment of, we're always here if you need us. Thank you so much for being here with us. And until next time, we hope you guys take care.
What you cooking over there? What that is?
It's that fish, cuz you ain't seen the season it up while we were talking.
I seen it, but I just couldn't. Yo, that chicken on the stove is shaped like a pizza, yo. That's why I'm like, what is this?
It's fish. It's fish.
It's fish. Y'all know I got the glasses. I can't see.
Jay who?
You know Jay.
Oh, my brother.
We'll see if
my brother.
If I get this.
Not you calling him now.
He ain't gonna pick up, man. They'll pick. He always hit you up and like he one of the people that hit you up like when you don't need him no more. They're like, yeah, bro, I could have used you a couple months ago.
Right. You had to do a lot of moving around, running around the house, falling and all that. I didn't give her none of that. She was sitting down, reading. That's it. That's all I asked for. And
a lot of people don't get for your films that you are one of the most flexible filmmakers that has ever graced the medium. Like I got lines and outlines and certain things that I had to hit, but for the most part, this man let me ad lib almost everything.
Yeah, because so, I be knowing people personality and talent. I'll be like, you know what? I believe they can take this shit and run with it and play with it the way they want to, and I could still hit the notes that I'm trying to get to, and it hit. It was funny. It was scary. It was weird. And you actually let you direct the shit because you really had your own direction with it, and it came out really, really. I ain't gonna lie. It's a great way to start the first half of the movie to get people, you know what I'm saying, to let them know what they in for. It's a great way, and it sparked it off really well.
She getting lit right now.
Okay.
I'm just following my boy Dwayne on the YouTube.
Hey, new subscriber.
How mischievous you look, bruh. Look at it.
Me never.
God. You know what we gonna do when we come back Sunday after next?
What's that?
We're gonna put this man in another room. We're gonna let him get on his phone, and we got to interview your man. We got to interview him and ask him how are you making it work?
How do you
make it work? It's just we just do this for like what, an hour or two, bi-weekly.
I'm gonna just say this one thing about this situation. After 2 restraining orders, listen, you can make anything work.
Oh wow!
And the restraining orders was on me, so
hey, you didn't have to clarify that. I already knew.
Oh, I
already knew.
It. Oh shit! You got some Hennessy in there.
You got some hen in there.
Oh shit!
Think she acting the way she acting right now.
Hennessy. Ooh, honey. I would not even this thing right now. If I was off, I wouldn't even make it. I wouldn't make it.
You believe she's sober? You believe that's her normally?
I don't know.
That's her normally?
I thought that was.
You ever meet some people, you used to have somebody that you rocked with when you were younger, like in your teenage or childhood years, and then you meet them as an adult, and you're like, hey, bro, what's going on with you? How you doing? And they like, hey, I got a law firm now. Like, they say you stuff like that. You're like, oh, you got grown on me. Oh, my goodness. And then there's some people that you meet, and you're like, hey, bro, how you doing? And they like, bro, sniff this glue. That's up. That's up right there. Ain't changed one bit.
Yeah.
As we were teenagers.
That's how I am. Years from now, I'll still be offering you a drink, brother. So I keep it real.
Go on hit this drink, young blood. What you?
I don't care how to
What
did
y'all
it.
shipping on in here?
Yo, folks, thanks for sticking around for this family reunion. And now, let's give it up for our boy Prada, and let's get ready to jam to some of his amazing tracks, yeah?
Feeling nostalgic, haha. Look, yeah, Prada, baby, Prada. Look. Shit, game into euphoria. Will putting beats on my plate like your orders up. Niggas out of order in the game like put your quarters up. Hustle out the field, best believe I'm putting quarters up. Last place down, end zone, I can't afford to punt. Aiming left field, out the park, I can't afford to bunt. Move so swift, check the wrist, exchange a form or something. Quick hit the shift, I drive the whip like it's Forza. They say he roll a L and start spitting like it's 4 of them. I done felt some pain, yeah, I changed, that's the moral. Prep got umbrellas like it's storming. I been facing Z's, roll a L and then I'm snoring. I don't see the hate cause that type of shit is foreign. Want the rollie flooded out, I call it New Orleans. Niggas soloed out, but what's a tree to the forest? I be blacking out, but the flow is steady morphing. Tired of showing out, cause what's a king to the Forbes list? Y'all be trying to stop me, what's the school to a swordfish? Upper echelon, I'm on the higher metamorphic. Been in the game, and you niggas just some tourists. Yeah, you niggas just some tourists. Shit, yeah, look. Yeah, you niggas just some tourists. Nostalgia. Look. Yeah, I be up working till the light hit your porches. Killing shit so long, ain't no point in hiding corpses. They didn't get their corpus, habeas. Maybe I'm an alien, I don't sit with the sapiens. Another world I'm gaming in, it's different how I'm playing it. I got the cheat codes, man, the way I'm putting data in. Don't fit the script, hit the clip, then just bring it in. Niggas clicked up, forming circles just to try and win. Bars fully charged, they yelling ultra when I walk in. We'll send the beats through the jack, it's time to log in. This is for the niggas in the back, steady talking. Lines come through like it's tapped, I switch to jargon. Niggas better call Bruce Wayne, cause this is arson. Notice I'm an artist, I gotta move with caution. Traps that they set got me feeling like a target. Oh my god. Look, I said traps that they set got me feeling like a target. Can't teach a way to the top, there's a bargain. Since I've been chasing money, catching L's, it's getting harder. Flows come by the boatload, grab a charter. It's only getting harder. Shit, I said it's only getting harder, nigga. Shit, it's only getting harder. Proud of shit.